You know something? I was fiending for a childhood memory today. I don't know why. I don't know why. And I have on multiple occasions mentioned Limp Bizkit on this channel. Again, they're really like the only band that I remember from that early 2000s MTV countdown era. Like that, like I don't think people really understand how big Limp Bizkit was. I remember they did WrestleMania. They were always on MTV. Always. Whether it was because of like some controversy with Fred or Eminem or just something. I vividly remember that. But yeah, like people forget, like they was going platinum every album. I vividly remember Limp Bizkit. You know what I mean? Like that's it. For one, the name definitely helped. Of course, you got the Undertaker theme song, Rollin. I mean, gosh, they were everywhere, man. They were really the biggest band in the world at one point. And I remember thoroughly enjoying their music. I remember a lot of rock purists, so to speak, did not like them. They thought they were a little, and I noticed that in the comment section, like anytime I reference Limp Bizkit, people be like, oh, I remember like people was like maybe they were a little too hip hop, and you know the fact that they were considered rock, people thought it was like a joke or a gimmick or something like that. I vividly remember that, but it was also weird because while they were heavily hip hop influenced, they weren't hip hop, you know, so they weren't gonna win like a hip hop award, you know what I mean, or like perform at like a hip hop festival. You know, so it was kind of like they were just in this weird space where they were kind of like their own thing. You know, I vividly remember that. And I vividly remember this song, Break Stuff. I remember Eminem being in this video. I feel like somebody else was in this as well, but I remember this was on MTV all the time. I think they said Limp Bizkit videos, they were so popular and would be on those MTV lists for so long that MTV had to like take them out of nominations. Like they couldn't be nominated no more because they would be in the top 5 all the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I remember Limp Bizkit. I thoroughly remember enjoying their music. And so I wanted to go down memory lane. And why not probably one of, if not their biggest song, Break Stuff. I do know this song. I love this song. So yeah, man, let's go.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify. And someone's head off, no human contact. And if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, mother. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he said, she said rules. I think you better quit, slip, or you'll be leaving with a fat lip. It's all about the he said, she said rules. I think you better quit talking that. It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the bloodstain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. You better watch your back, cause I'm f***ing up your program. And if you're stuck up, you just locked up.
Okay, so yeah, I remember Eminem. I forgot Snoop and Dre. So yeah, they had Aftermath, Death Row Aftermath. I remember. I forgot exactly what happened, but I know M and Fred were cool, and then something happened, and then they weren't cool no more. I forgot everything that happened, but yeah, this boy, I mean, and this was like a big deal because Eminem was on top of the world. Dre had just came back with his album. Snoop still Snoop. So this was like emphasis that Limp Bizkit was like one of those big names, you know. Man, just looking at this, man, and just the whole having fans, you know, mouth the lyrics and the switch, you know. Oh man, it's amazing, man. This is like when I just think of this era, I think Jackass. I think Prime Howard Stern show with Artie. I remember, like, you know, like just it was just a different world, man. Best wrestling. You had Stone Cold, Rock, Triple H, Michaels, you know, just everybody. Oh man, it was just. I just remember my childhood being so much fun, and this is definitely one of those memories, man. This is dope.
I feel like my suggestion is to keep your distance, cause right now I'm dangerous. We've all felt like and been treated like all those they wanna step up. I hope you know I pack a chainsaw, get your ass raw. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break something tonight. I pack a chainsaw, get your ass raw. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break something tonight. I pack a chainsaw, get your ass raw. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break your breaking face tonight. Give me something to break. Give me something to break. Breaking face tonight. Give me something to break. Give me something to break. Just give me something to break. I got your face. I hope you know I'm like a chainsaw. What? A chainsaw. What? I love a chainsaw. What? So come and get it. It's all about the he says, she says, booze. I think you better quit, let it slip, or you can leave it with a fat lip. It's all about the he says, she says, booze. I think you better quit talking that talk, so come and get it.
That was Jonathan from Korn. That was Jonathan from Korn. I was like, I know that person. That was Jonathan from Korn, man. Yeah, man. Again, I know that song, love that song. It's really nothing to analyze. I do know that they actually blamed that song in particular for ruining the Woodstock '99 festival. I remember learning that they blamed Limp Bizkit specifically, even though it was a million things wrong with that festival and stuff kind of had already started before Limp Bizkit started performing. But I remember them specifically saying when they performed Break Stuff at Woodstock, it completely destroyed the festival. Even though it was like, I think it was like 2 or 3 performances after. I think Korn performed right after Limp Bizkit. So it was like, it was still a bunch of other performances afterwards. But they say specifically it was Limp Bizkit's fault for ruining Woodstock. I don't believe that. I think that festival as a whole, something was bound to happen. Something was bound to happen. I mean, stuff was already happening. Like I said, I mean, I heard they charge. I mean, $20 for water is like, that's still high now. I think the most I've seen a bottle of water charged is like $13, $12, $13, which is insane. And this is the early 2000s. Now, granted, I think the economy wasn't the best back then, you know, considering inflation and, you know, if you really just put everything in its proper perspective. But still, in no world is one bottle of water worth $20. That's just insane, right? And then you also consider the fact that I heard the porta potties were like running over, so it was literally fields of shit. It was fields of shit. A hot dog was like $20. You know, like it was. I think that festival was bound for, you know, they were already talking about assaults and sexual assaults and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, the fact that Limp Bizkit, I remember they were so popular, man, that, I mean, again, they were everywhere. They were everywhere. The red Yankee hats, I know Fred made that popular. The red Yankee hats. I mean, man, oh man, it was dope, man. It was dope to get this childhood memory in. It's been so long since I seen the video. I definitely heard the song rather recently. Yeah, man. The thing about Limp Bizkit is they don't do anything great. Like, Fred is not a vocalist. I forgot everybody's name. Of course, how could you forget Fred, right? But everybody else. Let me get everybody else's name. John Otto drums, guitarist Wes Borland, and turntablist DJ Lethal, and bassist Sam Rivers. Like, none of those, like, nobody really did anything amazingly. They just made perfect music for that time. Like, it was the perfect blend of hip hop and rock at a time where hip hop and rock dominated the world. And they did that mesh better than just about everybody, you know? So y'all let me know how y'all felt about Limp Bizkit. Let me know how y'all felt about them as a band, and their music as well. I'm very curious because I know Limp Bizkit don't get a lot of love. So y'all let me know and some of the memories y'all had of Limp Bizkit. Maybe if y'all seen a show or something like that. Very interested to know that. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time with Limp Bizkit. Peace.